to a place where you belong. Give you strength to carry on. Open your heart, set your mind at ease. Live your life and you'll be free. We're gonna rise, rise, rise. Keep on rising, rise, rise, rise. Keep on rising,
Good evening, YouTube, and welcome to the Toon Review YouTube channel. It's myself, Paul, and Danielle with the Newcastle United versus Chelsea live preview. We've got Dammy coming up in a minute, the Chelsea fan. He'll be on in just a second. Danielle, I haven't spoke to you since obviously we came off the air on Tuesday. You didn't think you were going to the match, and now suddenly you and Lee are going to the match. How's the excitement building up?
Buzzing. Went to St James's Park yesterday.
I've seen that, yeah.
For the first time, and I don't even know how long. Had a good walk around. Yeah, it was just amazing. I can't believe it.
You're getting very excited now for the match.
So, I mean, honestly, I don't even care what the result. I mean, I do care what the result is, but
yeah,
just being back in that ground after so many years, like I can't wait.
Buzzing. Right, we'll bring Dammy in. Good evening, Dammy.
Gee, good evening, people. How's everyone doing on this beautiful Thursday evening? How y'all doing? It's wonderful.
We're good, my man.
Good.
We're good. Now, Dammy, obviously a Chelsea fan. How's your season gone so far?
How's my season going? Paul, you're asking how my season's going. My season is going brilliant, mate. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We are sky high, literally thousands of miles off the ground right now. Chelsea, we can't do no wrong. Tuchel can't do no wrong. Players can't do no wrong. Nothing is bad at the moment. Things are looking all beautiful at the top of the table. Looking down, United suffering, Arsenal out of view, Tottenham irrelevant as per usual. Things are beautiful at Stamford Bridge. You know, been to a lot of games this season. I can't even complain. You know what I mean? I cannot complain at all. So my season has been brilliant, mate.
Good. I mean, obviously, you're coming off the back of a 7-0 win last weekend without any striker. The way our defence has been performing this season, we're quite a little bit nervy. It looks like Havertz is going to play up front again. He's done all right, hasn't he? He had a slow start, but he's started to pick up now, hasn't he?
He's starting to pick up. I feel like it's a bit complicated right now. Lukaku had a little of an injury crisis, so he's going to be out for a couple of weeks. Timo Werner had a little bit of a knock. I wouldn't be surprised if he came back into the 11 against you guys on Saturday, but we've got Havertz up front as well. He's bringing a lot of players into play. He's linking up really nicely with Callum Hudson-Odoi, assuming he plays on that left-hand side. So I think this Chelsea team has currently been set up in a way that I like my team set up from a philosophical standpoint. There's no main man to look out for. A few years ago, you're looking at Eden Hazard trying to lock him off. Under Sarri, you're trying to isolate Jorginho. But this team, goals can come from left back. Ben Chilwell is done 4-4. You can get them from Callum Hudson-Odoi, get them from Mateo Kovacic. You can get them from all over the shop. And I know you guys have considered the second most amount of goals this season. So I can't lie. I wish I got tickets for that game. I'd love to see that 4K live. Do you know what I mean? My days.
I mean, what's obviously, there's been quite a bit made of the Newcastle United takeover. I mean, how do you view from a Chelsea point of view? Obviously, you guys got a takeover way back when Mr. Abramovich came in, totally transformed the football club and totally transformed everything really around Stamford Bridge. So, what's your thoughts on it? I mean, as Newcastle fans, we're staying away from the politics side of it, human rights, etc., which we're fully aware of, and we know that there's a job needs to be done. But quite frankly, there's jobs need to be done in many countries with regards to human rights.
Absolutely.
So, as a sort of supporter who knows what it's like to be taken over and have the club transformed, what do you think the Newcastle fans have got to look forward to now moving forward?
Do you know I'm happy with? I saw news this afternoon. I heard them talking about a Czech owner trying to buy West Ham. I'm happy that, and the thing is, like, I'm answering. I'm going to answer this as a football fan. I'm not going to answer as a Chelsea fan, because as a Chelsea fan, I'm just like, more money in the business. Absolutely no, thank you. Do you know what I mean? I'm not trying to compete with anyone else or whatever, but as a pure football fan, what Ashley did to your club, that was borderline criminal, honestly speaking. Borderline criminal. You lot have a lot of history in your team as well. So it's not even like it was any random club in the league like, oh, let's start a FIFA career mode project. This was an actual team that has some actual history with all sorts of trophies in the cabinet as well. Like, you guys are going to get a really nice cash injection. Your team within the next 3 to 5 years, depending on the project, and because having money is one thing, but it needs to be a plan. When Abramovich came in, he had a plan of what he wanted to do. He had a model he wanted to throw out there. City as well, they had the Guardiola model. They've been planning for Guardiola's 5 years before he came in. So I'm curious to see how your new owners go about business with you lot. But as a Newcastle fan, you have to be excited. Do you know what I'm saying? You have to be excited.
Yeah.
This is like I said, Mike Ashley, you could have gotten any other owner in world football, but this right here, this is literally a reward for suffering in silence for so many years, honestly.
See, that's what I call a proper football fan there, with exactly
I agree.
Who knows what it's like to be taken over and knows what it's like to sort of have the club run into the ground, and then suddenly someone takes us over and there's excitement ahead. I mean, you know, we've got a lot of work to do yet this season, though, to be honest, you know, because, you know, we're lying in the relegation zone. We can't buy any players till January. We don't have a manager at the minute. So the squad's
poor. And
the squad's very poor,
Oh.
So we're in a little bit of trouble as it is. So we've got to try and, you know, a lot of Newcastle fans are getting impatient with the new manager announcement, because we still don't know who that is. You know, there's another guy came in from the middle of nowhere in the last couple of hours to go suddenly join favourite. And it's bizarre. It's somebody that not many people have heard of. So I don't think it's really inspiring a lot of people. But Chelsea was it Ranieri that was in charge when the takeover happened?
Yeah, Ranieri was in charge, and I think he got sacked at the end of the season, if I remember correctly. Was it Ranieri? Yeah, it was Ranieri.
I'm sure it was,
Yeah, it was Ranieri.
Obviously, did they replace him? Was it Jose came in after that?
Yeah, so like immediately after Ranieri, Jose came in, and you know the rest is history from that. Do you know what I mean? The rest is history from that point on. But I feel like the way I'm curious to see how you lot start. I feel like the first manager you guys bring in is going to determine and give me an inkling as to how the new owners of your club want to go about business. Because I don't really think your club needs to go through I like to call it the crap phase. I mean, in terms of, this is modern football talking. Chelsea as a team, when Abramovich took over, I mean, we're already challenging for top 4. We had just beaten Real Madrid in the 1998 Cup final. So we had quite a bit going for us. You lot right now near rock bottom. Do you know what I'm saying? You're near rock bottom. Your squad isn't the best thing. Obviously, you've got a few talented players here and there. You've got Alan St. Maxim. You've got quite a few people in there. But your club, you need to get in a manager before the actual guy. Do you know what I'm saying? You need to get in like a reputable coach who's good at squad building. I saw Lampard linked, but I thought that job wasn't best for him personally.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about that, actually. Yeah. I was going to ask you about Lampard, because he was not so much the last week or so. He seemed to have faded away with any of the bookies, etc. But he was quite favourite when Bruce was sacked. So it'd be interesting to get your opinion on him, on whether you think that he could get us out the trouble that we're in until January, attract any big players come January, and then build on that in the summer. Is Lampard the type of manager who could do that?
I think Lampard, I mean, it's one of those things where I feel like he could. I wouldn't want him to, for the sole reason that I feel like he doesn't benefit from it as much as Newcastle does. I mean, obviously, as Newcastle fans, you lot just you want to push your club forward. But I love Lampard, you know what I'm saying? So just from a biased Chelsea perspective, I feel like it's not the best move for him. But if he did go there, I feel like he does have the tenacity and training to pull the. I don't think you guys will get relegated under Lampard, is what I'm saying. I feel like he'd be able to get that. He'd come in, give them the team talk, be like, listen, this is what's going on. We can't be doing this. You lot, just let's band together for a couple months. We're going to get in some new signings in January. I can promise they're going to get this sorted out. And we'll get the foot over the line. And then next season, we're looking to push for other things. They're looking to get top 10 maybe. We're trying to go for the Europa League, whatever. We're going to have a massive cash injection. I feel Lampard would be a nice sort of project manager moving forward as things are. But like you said, in the news, things have sort of died down in that regard. So I don't think that's going to happen anymore. But I think he would have been a good shout. Do you know what I'm saying? Not a lot of people would have appreciated it. But as much as he was at Chelsea and things all of went to crap, I mean, how many managers do things go to crap for Chelsea? Mourinho went to crap. Conte went to crap. So many top-class, world-class. I mean, look at all the big clubs getting the managers we've had in the past. It just tells you what happens at Chelsea. That's just how it is. So I think he would have been a good enough shout to get you guys out of this rut that you're in. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Interesting. I mean, Danielle, was he ever favourite of yours? You know, was he? You know, when Lampard was first mentioned, Danielle, how did you feel?
Well, yeah, he was. My main concern is that we've got so many kind of unwarranted egos in our team who think they're great players when they're clearly not. And my concern would be we'd need somebody to come in with discipline and really clamp down on the behaviour. And would Lampard be able to do that? I don't know. That was my concern really. But I think from a fan's perspective, our main worry and concern at the moment is that we don't know the plan. So we don't know, are they going to bring somebody in short term until the end of the season to kind of steady the ship? Or are they going to bring somebody kind of in to start the plan, the big plan in terms of the rebuild? Or we don't know. So that's why there's like every man and his dog's been named, I think. So far we've had everybody. I just want somebody who can come in and play players in positions, in the correct positions, and make sensible substitutions, and let's have a striker on for the whole game instead of
that would be nice for a start. Yeah. I mean, Dami, Lampard was well known for bringing the kids through, wasn't he? You know, it's certainly one guy who's benefited from what Lampard did from his Mason Mount, who is my youngest daughter's favourite ever footballer in the world. She's got Mason Mount as her screensaver, even though she supports Newcastle. Yeah, she loves Mason Mount, everything about him. Bless her. She's only 13, bless her, but she's got herself well into football since the Euros. And instantly had a hit with Mason Mount. So I have a little dig at her every now and again. I say, "Oh, look at your screensaver and things." But he's definitely benefited from what Lampard did for him, hasn't he? And he has come through, and he's turning into quite a player. I mean, how's he been this season? Because I've seen a couple of games, and obviously he got a hat-trick last week, didn't he, against Norwich?
Yeah, he did.
He's really benefited from what Lampard did for him, didn't he?
100%. Lampard gave him the opportunity to just keep making mistakes and improving on said mistakes. That's what he needed to do. That's what he needed to improve his game. Obviously, I feel like the relationship they had at Derby, he had obviously two of them were there when he was managing. Yeah. So obviously that definitely benefited, and now Lampard knew exactly what he wanted. And one thing something I haven't really appreciated as much, until very recently, because I've gone to quite a few games in person this season, and he goes for it. How many players in world football these days actually just go for it? You know, anyone, I'm almost like they're trying to die on the pitch. Like, you remember, like, Ronaldinho was massively talented, okay, but he also used to run his ass off. So I'm not saying, before people come for me in the comments, I'm not saying Ronaldinho and Mount on the same level, please.
I know exactly what you mean, though. I do know what you mean. Yeah,
like they run for it. Like, there was a challenge against Norwich, and all the other players, I won't say they were standing around, but they were trying to organize the Mount just ran straight front, then he nicked the ball off the Norwich player, and boom, he had an attack started off again. That stuff gets the crowd going. That's why it's very difficult for people to dislike him. I know a lot of people that dislike him because they feel like his end product in the final third isn't there yet, which I kind of agree. I feel like he could step up a little bit, but then again, he's just 22. Do you know what I mean? He's 22 years old.
Yeah, that's what's hard to believe, that he's only 22. I mean, if he wants, he can come to Newcastle, Darmy. We'd welcome him with open arms.
He ain't going nowhere. We ain't giving you nothing.
Perfect swap, Darmy. You could have Joe Linton. I mean,
Big Joe.
Big Joe's ready to take off with another Premier League team, I'm sure.
Absolutely. He wants some in European football, doesn't he? So
he does, yes.
Don't worry, we like Mason Mount too much for that time. You can't keep Joe Linton, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, obviously, Lukaku's been ruled out again this weekend. Darmy, he won't be available. So I think Werner is close. So I don't know if he's having any sort of late test or anything like that.
It's his hamstring, isn't it?
Yeah. Would you be happy going with the same 11 you went with against Norwich to take on us? Yeah,
of course. With no disrespect to you guys' team, I just feel like we've got too much for you. Do you know what I mean? Especially if
Absolutely.
you're currently still.
Oh, God,
I mean,
yeah,
then
we
again,
know that.
then again, new manager bounce. You know how the Premier League runs. Chelsea are
Yeah.
very unlucky. Oh, how convenient that Newcastle are getting the new manager and they were going all the way up to you guys and everything. You never know. But if we're looking at things based on how things have been going, it's like I said, you lot have conceded the second most number of goals this season.
Yeah, we have.
We've scored,
Yeah.
I believe, before that absolutely embarrassing display at Old Trafford, we had the highest amount of goals scored this season as well. So I'm not really too bad. Like I said, Callum on the left wing, especially if Tuchel plays now, has been absolutely sublime. Do you know what I'm saying? Chalobah at the back is very, very solid with the likes of Thiago Silva. Chilwell seems to be in some form of scoring form as well. Ruben Loftus-Cheek has been cooking all sorts of nice stuff. Havertz has been playing really well with Callum. So whoever plays, I think whatever lineup we do put, I'll be confident with that in that lineup, and I believe we should be able to get the business done regardless of how things unfold. So it's quite. We've got a solid team, and I'm not really too bothered about who starts or who doesn't start. So
Imagine feeling like that, though. I mean, I can't even imagine.
Yeah.
Like, you know, we spend a lot of our time through the week discussing why Joe Linton should never play a game of football for our team again.
Oh my
So I
days.
can't imagine ever, and I'm sure we'll find out in maybe, you know, years to come, but to not be concerned as to who plays and who doesn't play, I
It
can't
must
even
be a
imagine.
nice feeling. Yeah,
Mhm.
I mean,
I promise
you know,
you, it's not just. I promise you, that statement's coming from maybe like this and last season. A few seasons ago, I was like, "Bro." I mean, even up till now, to be fair. I mean, then again, it's kind of because of what going on. Like I said, no disrespect to Newcastle, but I feel like it's because I'm also going up against you guys. If I'm going up against City, and I had like Marcus Alonso bombing down the left, I'm like, that's a bit of a problem. You know what I mean? We've got quite a lot of top class players, but then again, I feel like whatever lineup we go with would be too much for you guys. That's what I think anyway.
I mean, we think that as well. I don't think there's many Newcastle fans thinking we're going to get anything out of this game. Certainly, you know, myself, you know, I think the only thing that's got in our favour is that we tend to have a decent record against you guys at St James's. Certainly when Mourinho was in charge, he just couldn't buy a win at St James's.
I'll never forget that goal. Against us at Stamford Bridge. Oh my God!
Oh, the Cisse one.
I switched off the TV. I remember that one live. That was a horrible experience. So
that was unbelievable. I mean, that was Cisse in his element. He was just, the first 12 months he was at the club, he was just, he could not, anything that hit his foot went in the net. It was just incredible. But I mean, the game on Saturday, we've tended to look at it to think, what is Graeme Jones going to do? Because he went very defensive against Palace last week. We didn't play well again. It was same old. What we've been tending to get the ball this season and give it straight to St Maximin and just let him run at the defence. And that's all our tactic has been all season. So Graeme Jones has turned around and he's not giving the players a day off this week, whereas Steve Bruce used to give them 2 or 3 days off every week.
7 and 11, I think they had off. 7 days out of 11.
7 days out of 11, I think, yeah.
An absolute disgrace.
But Graeme Jones has had them in all week. Now, whether he's working on a different formation or not, we as Newcastle fans believe that the players that we have available to us, if we went to 4-2-3-1 or something like that, that would suit the players that we have a lot better than what we do when we play 5 at the back, because it terrifies me, the thought of Matt Ritchie playing at left back against the pace of you guys.
He's not in my team, mind. No way.
But you guys, one thing you guys have got, Dami, is pace. And pace on the wings that can really devastate us, especially somebody, if he goes with Matt Ritchie, who his legs are going every game. You've got big opportunities to score goals.
Well, yeah, definitely. Like, I mean, then again, I'm not going to just because, once again, I've done this several times. You come onto a stream or a video, you talk, and then boom, Saturday comes, and then Newcastle do something crazy. So I'm going to let me give you a little thing before I go off on my Chelsea propaganda. I feel like then again, it depends on what's the interim called again? I forget his name.
Graeme Jones.
Yeah. So literally, I don't know too much about him. Is he a good motivator? Is he very like, I don't know. I've not watched too much of him, but then again, he could always come out and he could have put them in training all week. Could have been trying to get them going like, oh guys, let's try and get this point. This would be a good way to start against Chelsea. But then again, changing up your formation against a team that already knows what they're going to be doing is quite risky. Are you guys not just probably going to sit back? Even if you do sit back, we've got the legs, especially like a Werner coming back. Oh, Christian Pulisic is also fit again, so this could be an opportunity for him to come.
That's all.
There you go.
That's just great.
See what I'm saying? So Pulisic is fit again. Callum is in the form of his life at the moment. Even Ben Chilwell, like I said, that left-hand side Chelsea have at the moment is where things are happening. Obviously, Reece James, Aspilicueta on the other side are quite solid. I mean, we've had a bit of an issue with that right pocket of that right attacker. So, I mean, probably Mason Mount going there. But my point is, like, I feel like this Newcastle team, once again, it just depends on how you lot decide to line up. Whether you line up with I feel if you line up with a new formation, it would be bad for you guys. It could catch us off guard, but the probability of that happening is quite low. Do you know what I'm saying? You're probably going to be best off sitting back and trying to prevent us from playing in the half spaces. If you're very disciplined and you make sure that we don't get into any of those little pockets in the half spaces, then I reckon you lot would be able to lock us off for quite a bit of time. But then again, I feel like quality would shine through in the 60th or something if there's no goals have been scored already. So it will be quite an interesting game to see. If you lot can keep yourselves composed for a large amount of the match, you could go away with something. But then again, can you actually do that? That's the question that we're all waiting on, isn't it?
We've never played a full 90 minutes for about 5 years. Damn it, to be honest, we really haven't. What we've
probably 15. Maybe.
Yeah, what we've tended to do this season is we start games, at 100 mile an hour. Like the Tottenham game.
I was going to say
2 weeks ago, we scored within 2 minutes, but then as soon as the 10-minute mark is up, we just sit back. We let the opposition have the ball. The same really against Palace last week. We just sat back. We let Palace have the ball, and we don't have any belief. We're struggling for belief. It's like I said before. As soon as the defenders get the ball, they look up and instantly look for St. Maximin and just give him the ball. And he is our outlet, and he's the only outlet. He gets to the other end of the pitch. He's then looking up to see if there's anybody there. And there's nobody in the box because nobody.
There's no creativity at all.
Nothing.
We've got nothing. I think it's learned behaviour. They've all been bruised, so now it's going to take however long it's going to take to get that out of them. But
that's going to be a problem for you guys because, like you said, back three. You got back three. You could literally, I could put Christensen there. Rudiger could be there. Thiago Silva could be there. Trevor Chalobah could be there. Any of those centre back, any single one of them.
What formation have you been playing, Tommy?
Oh, we've been playing 3-4-3 or like a 3-5-2.
I would love us to play 3-4-3.
Have you got the wing backs for it? Have you got the wing backs to go up and down the pitch for it?
Yeah, I believe we have. We have. But Jamal Lewis never gets a shout anymore. He was brilliant at Norwich, and then we sign him. Steve Bruce plays him a couple of games. The guy loses his confidence, and Bruce doesn't ever put him back in the side. On the other side, Jacob Murphy for me is a good wing back. Defensively needs to, get a little bit better, but he's been playing that position a lot. So I do believe we could, but then again, like you said before, to drastically change the formation so soon, is it worth it? Or because going against Chelsea, we could end up conceding 5, 6, 7. You just never know.
In the first half.
In the first half,
happened to Norwich. They tried it. I watched it. I was like, why are these not lined up like this? And they tried it for like 2 minutes, and then boom, first goal came, and then the rest is history. So one of those it's going to be quite interesting. But then again,
I think that's a Chelsea fan commenting there. Oh, Roman, do you know what it's worth? Kai Havertz is the best on earth. Is that one of the songs they sing about him?
I've never heard that one.
Says, I've heard Tuchel is coaching the team to throw the game, so we won't buy all his best players. Yeah, I wish. I doubt that very much. Yeah, it's not going to be great. John Bruce says, evening, Paul and Danielle, let's be positive. We could have a 2-1 win. These lot could be getting complacent and think all they have to do is turn up. We could, Nick, listen.
That's normally what's happened all season, though. Yeah. People have just turned up and destroyed us.
However, Thomas Tuchel doesn't seem to me like a manager who would stand for any complacency.
That's what I mean, though. We need a manager like that.
Yeah.
For reference, against Norwich, we were 2-0 up in 20 minutes, and he was still at the touch. I had a perfect. He was shouting at the touchline. Literally, he was like, "Why are you not in this?" But he was shouting at 2-0 up against the last team in the Premier League. So you can imagine. That's one thing Tuchel has done to this team. To catch us off guard in the first 10 minutes of the game is unheard of, honestly. That team is ready for whatever anybody. We need to start, if we need to be on low block settings for the first 10-15 minutes because the team is attacking us a lot. Only team that tried it and nearly got us done was Aston Villa. But other than that, after that incident, absolutely no chance. So, except you guys come with something very, very different and very, very unique. I don't know. I really do see. I don't see
something different and unique has not been in Newcastle United's mantra for a very long time, and I don't think it will be until we get a new manager in. Even with Graeme Jones as interim manager, I don't see him making that many changes to what was already there because That's just the way it is. I mean, Jones himself has said that he didn't want the number one position anyway. He had a dreadful time of it when he was number one at Luton. He was fired from that job because everything just went to pieces very quickly. I think he's very good number two, don't get me wrong, and he's Newcastle United through and through. But I just can't see him drastically changing formations or players on the pitch, which is disappointing because he's on a free ride, really. It's he could change as much as he wants up on Saturday. He's had 5 days of training with the players rather than just a couple of days that he had before the Palace game. He's got a real opportunity to try and change something around. But unfortunately, I just don't think he will. Some more comments. Some Czech looking to buy West Ham.
Yeah,
yep.
I said that.
Yeah.
He's worth about 4 billion, I think, this guy. But again, it's when you consider the
I hope they've asked permission from the other 19 clubs before they've done that, mind.
Yeah, we're a little bit bitter about that, Dami, as you can tell there by Daniel's
a bit annoyed.
comment. We just found the whole takeover scenario with the other Premier League clubs a little bit off, to be honest. I mean,
more Tottenham than anyone else, though. I think.
Oh yeah, Tottenham. Tottenham was. I mean, Daniel Levy can. He'll never be welcome at St James's Park for as long as that bloke lives.
It's funny because, I don't know if you guys have thought about this before. I know this is not really related to the game per se.
No, it's fine.
When people talk about money in football, I feel money in football right now obviously gives a lot of teams the advantage. Okay, but I just feel it's going to get to a point where there's going to be so much money, and it's the club's direction, the philosophy, how they want to go about stuff that will matter. Look at how much Manchester United have spent this summer, and it's meant absolutely jack all because they have no processes, they've got no structure at the club. It doesn't mean anything. So I don't know why they've got to get all the clubs and they'll be crying, we don't have any money. Oh my God, they're going to ruin it. It's not. I don't feel like it's necessary because I don't feel like football is going to evolve past that. Do you know what I mean? I don't know if you guys have thought about that at all.
Listen, I mean, we the thing is for us as Newcastle fans, we've gone from literally nothing to the richest club in the world in the space of 48 hours 2 weeks ago. It was absolute bedlam, and it's still hard for us now to actually realize what's happened and realize that the Mike Ashley era has gone. This club is in the hands of some people who are very ambitious and want to win things. So we're not used to this. So for us, it's a completely different scenario to even 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago. We
100%, and I think from our perspective as well, there was an article last week in our local paper about St James's Park having its windows cleaned. That's how low the expectation and the standards been. Oh my God, they've got the window cleaners in. That's how bad it is. So in terms of the project,
seriously, Dami, we saw them jet washing under the stands about a week ago, and we all got excited about that because the stadium hasn't been touched.
Light bulbs as well, you know what I'm saying? Scrubbing,
Seriously, there's wires hanging from the stadium inside. There's dead pigeons in the stands that have been there for 5 years. It's just been untouched. All Mike Ashley was there for was a cash cow. Put his advertising boards up, and that was it. Geordie Toon for Life says, "Can I hear a South African accent from the Chelsea fan?"
Nah, I'm not South African. My accent is all over the place because I've lived in so many different places. So
there you go.
Yeah, I've lived in I lived in Nigeria, then I moved to London. I lived in London. I lived in Birmingham. Now I live in Sheffield. So I've got an accent from.
Wow, Gordon Bennett, all three of them accents put together. That's gonna be,
you know what I mean? Wow. So it's quite the unique one. I grew up with them. I grew up with a lot of Middle Eastern people. So I've got a wide range of my accent is all over the place. So
why not? It's strange because the next comment is from Cesare. He actually lives in South Africa. Good evening, all you sexy black and whites. Dave Harrison's trying to crack a joke. Have you seen the Liverpool need a new manager? Their manager's going back to Germany. It's just been on the news. The Klopps go back on Sunday.
Wow. Oh, Dave.
Dave. I take it that's something to do with the clocks going back at the weekend. Oh, Dave.
Yeah. No. Oh, he's not well. He's not well, bless him.
Listen, yeah. We'll move on. Bill says, be patient, everyone. I have faith in the new owners. Stephen says, another billionaire investing in the Premier League at West Ham. Josh says, would you take Van Gaal or Wenger as manager? No.
No.
Would you not? Really?
Nah, probably not. Well, Wenger Van Gaal, I don't think so. But Wenger, I mean, he has actually been mentioned up here a few times by quite a few people. But maybe as someone upstairs rather than the manager. If they want a football man to come in and get the right people, surrounding the football club, then I think Wenger would be an absolutely awesome choice of guy to do that. Not maybe he's director of football, but somebody at the top level just to oversee everything, oversee the director of football, oversee the first 11, the manager, etc. And then bring in football people to help the new owners. Because, I mean, I'm under no illusion that the new owners will already have football people alongside them. They'll have had them in place since the takeover actually started. So there's a lot of fans worried that there's nobody there from a footballing side of things. But, they're not stupid, these people. They will have football and people in there already. But somebody like Wenger, who is well known throughout the world, is a football man through and through. I'd have him in the club somehow. I don't think Van Gaal, for me, I think he's had his time. I want a young, hungry manager, if I'm honest. Somebody like a Fonseca or someone like that who plays attacking football, because we haven't been used to attacking football for 15 years. It'd be a complete difference for us. I mean,
like I said, it's a process. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's a very gradual thing. Like, it happened at City, like Pellegrini and Mancini, when they came over, they were trying to build up the squad to Guardiola. Guardiola was the end goal. He always was. He got the contract. Was like 18 months before he left Bayern. Like, that was the thing. Chelsea as well. After we moved away from, was it Mourinho and Conte, we went to Sarri, then we stayed on Lampard, kind of attacking, then we brought in another coach. Do you know what I mean? There's always that sort of process. So I feel like before Newcastle fans expect any title challenges or any sort of title pushes or UCL this or whatever, it'll probably take you guys like 2.5 years, because you're starting from rock bottom, like I said. The state of, like, look at the state of, like you said, the stadium, like Mike Ashley ran you guys to the ground. You ran everything around into the ground. Debenhams, everything died. So like we've got to do everything properly for some time.
Can I ask you, Dami, how did you feel when Rafa came into your club?
We had history.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
well and truly.
History.
Yeah,
it's kind of like when you're working, when you're at the office, and then that person you don't like has to be moved into your team for a short while. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, God, what are you doing here? You absolutely, let me not curse on the channel. But like, what are you doing here? Do you know what I mean? Like, why are you here? So he came in, he did his business, but it was never going to work. Obviously, I respect him because he won us a title, but he's a good coach. He definitely is a good coach. But I feel like it was just the history, bad blood thing that happened with him. So it's one of those situations.
Because we obviously it's been mentioned, whenever there's a job at Newcastle now, Rafa, it just gets mentioned constantly. There was a report came out 2 days ago that we were going to go in for Rafa again and try and get him out of Everton. Personally, I think we need to move on. Danielle's kind of on the fence with it. I think, Danielle, aren't you a little bit on the fence? I mean, don't get me wrong. I wouldn't complain if Rafa came back. I just think we need to stop looking in the past. There's been a big takeover. The whole club is changing. Get somebody in new. That's my feelings on it. But he divides opinion up here. I think it's fair to say.
He does. I think it's just the romance around Rafa. I think that's what it was. The fact that if he had have been backed and if he hadn't have been stabbed in the back by Mike Ashley, would never have left. And if the takeover had happened when it was supposed to have happened 18 months prior, thanks to the Premier League, we wouldn't be in the position that we're in now. So I think Rafa with a bit of money behind him would be a different Rafa. But then again, look, everyone's entitled to an opinion, and it is what it is. For me, the main concern right now is I don't have any grand kind of ideas of, finishing in the top half of the league or qualifying for Europe. I just want to win a game. I just want to win.
We just want to win a football match.
That's all I want to do. Like I'm not. I haven't got an ego. I'm not arrogant. I don't expect it to be like splashing 200 million in the window in January. I don't think that'll happen by far. I just want to win a game of football. I just want to go, I want to leave St. James's Park on Saturday absolutely buzzing. But, I leave buzzing anyway, but,
I don't think the 3 points are coming this weekend somehow, barring an actual miracle. The next comment is from C1 LDN, which I take to C1 London. Obviously a fan of yourself. Big up the panel also, my guy Dami, aka the Don Fam. There you go.
Much love.
Right, obviously I said we'll only keep you for a half an hour or so, Dami. So what's your prediction for Saturday, given I mean, I kind of know what's coming here, but
Go easy.
yeah,
Let me know.
try and go easy on us.
Yeah, just a bit.
I'm going. You know, I've conceded too many goals. That's the problem. Like, you've been shipping too many goals. You guys lost to Tottenham. Like, you guys have been shipping so many goals. You lost to United. It's also like, I'm going to do 3-0. Because Chelsea always keep a clean sheet. That's one thing that's been consistent for us this season. So, definitely clean sheet. I think 3-0 is probably where it's going to be. So,
well, you've been very kind to us there. Quite honest. Some of the other predictions that we've seen come in, believe me, that's been kind. Listen, Darmy, thank you very much for giving us your time tonight, mate. I really do appreciate it. No problem at all. Darmy, while you're on, give your channel a shout for YouTube and where they can find you.
Yeah, because all my socials are just the Grand Dam. So that's all it is. So Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, all the social media, they're all the same thing. So thank you for having me on. It was a lovely
problem, man. No problem. And good luck for the rest of the season, man, apart from tomorrow. Sorry, Saturday, but then again, you'll probably not need the luck on Saturday. But I actually genuinely hope Chelsea win the league this season because I don't want to see Man City win it. I don't want to see Liverpool win it.
No.
I'd like to see Chelsea win it seemingly. Well, for my daughter, for one, for Mason Mount. And also, I'm a big fan of Thomas Tuchel anyway. So hope you guys can win the championship this year and screw the other ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, man. Take it easy.
See you later. Thanks for coming on.
Take care, darling.
Thank you. Speak to you soon.
Bless him.
So there you go. That was Darmy. Absolutely spot on guy. And as you say, he's a good football supporter there, when asked about the takeover, etc. Right, Danielle, it's time to talk about Newcastle United and where we go on Saturday. Obviously, we've been having loads of comments coming in. Chris says, need decent service to Wilson. Not having him on the pitch is half the issue. Getting the ball up the pitch to him is the other half. John says, Stephen, Bianca is John's fantasy lady. She can be seen on Sky Sports. I could not comment further because I'm an old git now, but wow, she is fit. Not saying anything else. Don't let you hear John Sinclair say that. He'll go nuts.
I know, he'll go mad.
Yeah. Remember Leicester away last season, 5 at the back? Yes, we did. But let's face it, come on. This Chelsea side are absolutely flying, Daniel.
Oh, God, it's going to... Do you know what? I've never, ever say that my team's going to lose because it's not what I do. I'm looking forward to the occasion. That's what I'm looking forward to. And that's how I'm kind of like making it make sense in my head to think, you shouldn't really be this excited for a Chelsea game. But for me, it's the occasion. Let's see what we can do. I mean, we're underdogs anyway. Everyone thinks we're going to get beat. So we've got nothing to lose.
Listen, I still think there'll be a buzz around the ground anyway, again, before kickoff. I generally do. I think it would be nice if they could announce who the new manager is going to be before the match. Maybe tomorrow or Saturday morning, just to give that extra buzz for the supporters going to the game. Because I think we need it. There's just that little bit. I've seen comments as well from people saying there's been a little bit of a lull in the enthusiasm since the takeover and where we now lie with regards to a manager and why it's taken so long. Our managers not wanting to be involved yet. Is it too soon to bring the big names in until we're safely up the league? Are these managers not want to take a risk on the reputation? There's all those suspicions going around as well. And you can understand that given that, it is taking a while. But on the flip side of that, they're clearly wanting the right man, aren't they?
Definitely. And I think if they'd made a rash decision and brought in the wrong person, then that could have set us back even further than where we are now. I think perhaps they had decided who it was going to be and maybe somebody else has come out of left that they weren't expecting to be as good as they are or hasn't interviewed as well, maybe. I don't know. I just know that I have faith in them because we know what their plan is. They've already said kind of long-term in terms of the thing. And, you can see things are changing already. Like when I was at the ground the other day, it was just buzzing with workmen and things getting done. And you just think, God, it was like complete opposite to under Ashley. It was just dead. There was no one there ever. So let's see. I mean, I know they've been in the area today because I think somebody had posted a picture on Twitter of Murdad. So
yeah, I mean,
in the city centre. So
we know we know Amanda's going to be around. She said she's going to be pretty much hands-on.
I was fangirling yesterday. I was kind of kept hovering, just past the reception, just hovering. I didn't say that though.
it's just nice. I mean, the communication has been there, but what I do like about this process is there's no leaks. There's not one leak come out of the football club
this is it, and
about a
that's
new
what
manager.
I think. Yeah, I think in terms of our fan base, this is what we're struggling to cope with, because in the past, everything that we've done has been public. So there's been statements going out in press and, arguing happening like in the public eye and all the rest of it. So now it's gone quiet. Everyone's just a bit unnerved. Like they obviously haven't done anything because it's gone quiet.
But we're not used to this. We're not used to no leaks coming out of the club. I think that's why
absolutely not.
A lot of people are kind of on the edge of the seats about it because we're not quite sure what's going on. But these guys clearly want to do things properly. They want to do things behind closed doors, discussions with no rumors going around. It's clear that the bookies don't have a clue, the media don't have a Scooby-Doo, and neither do we, if we're honest. I did a video yesterday about who will it be. And then as I was actually recording, Sky Bet changed the odds and a couple of new names came on that I hadn't even included in the thumbnail because they weren't even mentioned. So it's one of these things where it's all just hush hush, and I prefer it that way because then they can get on with the job. There was a picture came on Twitter today of who's that by the side of the pitch. I know for a fact Alan Shearer and Gary Neville were there doing the overturn or whatever it is, the name is of the YouTube show for
the
Sky
overlap
Sports.
thing.
The overlap, so they were there for that. But of course, instantly you see somebody by the side of the pitch and there's cameras there, and it's like, people were saying the bald guy was Zidane. It was clearly Shearer because he was wearing the same coat that he was when he got photoed outside the ground earlier on. So,
it's always on days that I'm not there, though, isn't it?
Well, yeah, it could have happened yesterday, Danielle. You could have been there and it could have changed.
Can you imagine?
Oh, God. I
would have had to do a live video, wouldn't I?
Yes.
I would have recorded a video for the channel for you.
Yes, you would have. But unfortunately,
never mind. My day will come.
It will. I'm sure it will. But I guess I want a bit of clarity on the manager now. We've waited a couple of weeks, and it's getting to a stage where who's it going to be? Where are we going to go? Who is this guy? What type of football does he play? This is what we're all wanting to find out. What kind of formations, tactics, etc. does this man play? Or has this man been known for in the past? For me, it's very important, and I just think now, I've got a sneaky suspicion we might not know till the next international break. I've been thinking about that, a couple of weeks to go for that. And, are we going to wait till then? But I don't know. I just don't know. And I just want to know who it is now. I really do.
I think I worried about it last week when they said that Graeme would have 2 games in charge, because I thought that's a bit of a statement to make. That's almost saying we're not ready yet, so therefore we're kind of making plans for at least the next 2 games. So I didn't expect anything really this week, but it has to be soon, though. We're in deep trouble, and after Saturday, we might be even in bigger trouble. So, we need as long as they bring the right person in for me,
definitely.
I'll wait.
Scott wants to know, would you take Ronald Koeman at Newcastle? No. That guy's going to be flat as a fart as for motivation at the minute. Let's face it.
Can you imagine?
He's had an awful time. He had an awful time at Everton as well. He had a decent time at Southampton. He was terrible for Everton, and he's been terrible at Barcelona. He was terrible as the Netherlands coach as well. So he's had a rotten run, and for me, he's no way.
Not today.
Excuse me.
Oh dear, that's a nasty cough.
Oh, it's terrible. I've been ill, Daniel.
Oh, I've been ill?
Yeah, I have.
You've never mentioned it.
Not once, have I? Barbara says, do you not think 8-1 is not worth a bet for a Newcastle win? I do, because it's, simply because of the record that we've had against Chelsea in the past. If the Chelsea manager was shouting when 2-0 up, let's hope he's lost his voice. I think he will. Ian, good evening. Hi, guys. I'm a Darlington FC fan. We were made bankrupt in 2011, reformed in 2012, demoted 4 leagues, and I've had 3 promotions and now a fan-owned National League North club. Yes, you are. I've followed Darlington very closely. I used to go to watch Darlington a lot when they were when Newcastle were away, down back in the the old League 2 and the conference when Marco Gabbiadini played for them. When I went to Wembley.
Days.
Yeah, I went to Wembley to watch them play Peterborough in the playoff final, which they unfortunately lost. So yeah, I've got a little soft spot for Darlington, and it's fantastic that they're coming back now. And yes, they're a fan-owned club as well, which is even better. So good luck to them coming back up the leagues. Geordie Bill, what makes things worse though is that Leeds play Norwich this weekend, so they will get further away from us. Not the way Leeds have been playing, to be honest. But then again, Norwich. Wow.
I know.
Yeah.
At least we've got hope.
That's all we have. Darren says, hope Fonseca becomes our head coach and not Jardim. Do you know much about this Jardim guy?
I think it's died off a bit now. Do you think?
Yeah.
It's died off a bit with Fonseca.
This Jardim guy has come from nowhere in the last couple of hours to be I think it's 6-1 favourite.
Has he managed in Saudi? Who was the guy that's been mentioned today? He's
managing in Saudi at the minute.
Right.
So obviously the connections are there. I don't know much about him, if I'm honest. I think his record's not too bad, but he's not that well known. And I think the Newcastle fans were hoping for a big name to come in and transform this club. But hey,
and I think it will be. I don't think we'll get someone that we don't know. I honestly don't. I mean, if we do, and he turns out to be the right man, then great. But I honestly think we want to make a statement to say, actually, we'll know, won't we, whether they're acting short term or long term based on the appointment that they make. So, I think it'll be someone we're familiar with.
Yeah. Hopefully. I mean, I just want to see someone come in and totally transform the whole thing. The way we play, the formation. I'm sick of watching boring defensive football, if I'm honest. But hey ho. Baggers says, I think Chelsea 4-0, good result for us. Yep, definitely. I think, we've got to let our sort of heads rule our hearts when we come to predict at the end of the show, Danielle, to be honest. But I'm very interested to see what you're going to go with. Not to mention the training ground looks like a couple of shitty cottages. Yeah, it does.
I know I went past it on the train and I saw them training. I thought, bloody hell. There must be every time I go past it on the train, they're never there. And I've seen them all. So I thought, he's actually doing the business.
They're never there normally. We're under Bruce because they were never there. They were never training. And
I was at the window looking.
I bet you were. Yeah.
I was.
I know. Dear me. Like the proper fangirl hanging out the... Please wave!
You know me too well.
Oh dear. Ames wants to know if the Sports Direct advertisers are gone. No, they're not. They'll be there at the end of the season, unfortunately. But,
you know what I didn't know about? This is how long that I haven't been at that stadium. Yeah. That massive one at the reception.
Yes.
When you just think, I walked up and thought, oh my God, what the holy hell is that? Like that wasn't there the last time I was at the ground. That shows you how long it's been.
Yeah.
Awful.
Leslie says, as a Chelsea fan, respect, sir. It feels like the world hates us, but the Toon Army will be happy for our future. Exactly, we will. I reckon a 9-0-1 and we could be okay.
Yeah.
So 9 at the back, 1 up front. Yep, that's...
Just everyone go on the line. Everyone go on the goal line. Just stand there.
Yeah. John says, Paul, that chap can talk, but please remind him we are the richest club in the world. We are coming for you all in the years to come. Listen, I love Darmy. Okay, he's a class lad. He's dead enthusiastic as well.
Full of character.
He's one of the characters on YouTube. Put it that way, and he's a great lad. So if you want to watch some of his stuff on YouTube, it's brilliant. It really is. Peter says Hendricks, pay rise, best player in the team. Wow, is that Jason in disguise?
No.
Louis van Gaal's army. I don't think so. Chelsea will win. Okay, guys.
All right.
Yep. Cesare says, thank God I didn't recognize it as a South African accent and thought I was losing my mind. Far too posh. Yeah, just like your peasant South African accent, isn't it, Cesare? Good evening, my friend. Dan says, could we not get Willems back, who we had on loan not so long ago?
Nah.
There's a problem bringing him back because of Brexit. He has to play a certain amount of games, Crazy rule. Can you bring free agents in before January? We could, but unfortunately, we've submitted a 25-man squad. We can't change it now.
We've got no room.
So we couldn't actually put them in the team anyway. Ames said, teenage me hated Rafa, but he was basically set up for failure with match-going fans because he replaced Di Matteo. Yeah, I remember those banners and stuff. Free agents are available all season, not to us because we can't put them in the squad.
Yeah.
So I think we've got to hold out till January anyway, regardless. 6th by January. I don't know what that means. Skull says, I read, guys, a big shout out from Wales. I'm a massive Toon fan of 30 years. I'm 34. Wow, support them from 4-year-old. That is a supporter.
Oh.
Don't let anybody tell you you're a plastic fan either, Skull. Just,
Yeah.
Don't take no shit, man. Ian says, Joe Linton hat-trick. You'll be lucky, my friend. Jesus Christ,
imagine.
Ian. Yeah. Josh, you could bring them in, but they couldn't play. Named a full name squad. Raphael is the past, need to move on. Someone with new ideas. That's how I feel about it as well. Cesare says, honestly, I never liked Rafa at Liverpool. Thought he was too rigid and too stubborn to change. Loved him when he was here because he connected with the fans. But I'm excited to be looking forward. And yeah, I think we've got to.
Imagine the reaction, though. Imagine the reaction if he comes back.
Listen, I like I said earlier, Danielle, I would not be opposed to him coming back. And the video I did yesterday or the day before about should we move on from Rafa, it wasn't a video of hatred for Rafa or anything like that because I love the guy. What it was is just a simple video to put out there to say, look, is it time we moved on? Because we keep talking about Rafa, even when he's in a job. Everybody keeps on talking about Rafa. And I don't get it. He's at Everton. And, the main thing is we've just got to get on. And that's why I'm excited for a new manager to come in. Once we name the new manager, providing it's not Rafa, obviously, I think the Rafa thing goes away. And I think a lot of, well, it would be, yeah, it would be very strange and very weird. But I don't think the Everton fans hold him in very high regard.
He'll not leave. He won't leave. So it's a moot point, in my opinion, anyway. I think it's like a cow's opinion. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Ian says Lukaku versus our back four. Well, he won't be because he's injured, Ian, so he won't be playing.
Yeah.
Thomas says, I'm late again. Shocking. When was the last time you went to the Chippy? That's a very strange question. I went tonight, actually.
Did you? What'd you have?
Well, I just got a pizza from the Chippy because I wasn't.
Fair enough.
I was just watching sort of John's stream earlier on and seeing how. Did you see
the end? He was losing his mind, man, because somebody said that blooming Maradona was going to be our manager.
Oh yes, I did. Yeah, I saw that.
Whoa.
I saw that when I came home, and then I saw that he was very invisible again tonight. He had you could see right through him on his green screen settings. I like the way he put his green screen up, but then had quarter of a curtain still hanging over the green screen. Oh dear me! Oh God, he'll learn. My phone rang about 5 minutes into this stream tonight, and it was John Sinclair. Even though he told his viewers that my show started at 8 o'clock, he rang me at 8:05. I've no idea. When he knew I was doing the show.
Something might have gone wrong. You might need your help. Yeah, technical assistance. It's normally it's the case, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Yellow says John Sinclair's more clean sheets than Newcastle. Great guest, lovely lad. He certainly was. Championship, Paul. Okay. Ted Bundy has more clean sheets than Newcastle. John says Jones will have our team sorted by Saturday. 2-1 to us. Come on, have some positive vibes.
Well, we haven't got the predictions yet, so we'll see.
Yeah, we haven't. How do you know that we're both not feeling positive?
I know.
We have to. What we have to do is before we give any sort of predictions is actually talk sense and actually talk how the league has been going this season and be factual about it. Nobody has given us a cat and hell's chance of beating Chelsea on Saturday, and quite frankly, they're probably right to do that because we have been absolutely crap.
Appalling.
And the defense has been shambolic. So where anybody gets the confidence from is from the heart, not the head. So
100%.
We'll see. I got hope, but realistically think we're going to lose. Hate saying it. I'm more afraid of playing Chelsea than I am of playing City. Yet we tend to be their bogey team at home, so I'm quite torn. I guess that's hope. Yeah, and that's what we have to look to. That's where you take the positives from, Danielle, is the fact that we know over the years that Chelsea have struggled at St James's Park. And, if you look back even just to a couple of years ago, Hayden scoring that last-minute header.
Oh, what a goal.
They don't have the best of records up here.
No, and I think, do you know what? Every dog has their day, don't they? And we just might do it, Like, I know we probably won't, and it's madness, right? But I'll still be thinking at 5-3, like, might do this, like, 100%. I will. I just know I will.
Yeah. I mean, says there, if Southampton can hold them in the cup to a draw, why not us? Well, if you look at the starting 11,
I was going to say the team was very different.
Yeah, very different. Scott says we can't take too long to pick a manager. Chelsea winning comfortably this weekend. Kieran says, I think the fact that they haven't announced it is a good thing. It means they're looking for the right man.
Exactly.
That's all I can believe that it is, to be honest. And
it is.
We have to be, we have to be putting a lot of trust into the new owners. And I know, saying that is hard because of who we had in the past to try and trust. But these guys know what they're doing. I think Newcastle would benefit from having either David Moyes or possibly Nigel Pearson in charge to stabilise the club and build a team. Both managers have a good reputation for both.
No.
I understand where he's coming from, possibly with Nigel Pearson, because he did it at Leicester. If it wasn't for Nigel Pearson, I still say to this day, Leicester City would not have won the championship. Would not have won the Premier League, sorry.
We'll have Nigel Pearson. We'll send Steve Bruce the other way. I'm sure that'll delight Annie.
Oh, yeah, I'd be over the moon with that. He'd be over the moon. Listen, I think Nigel Pearson's got a lot more problems to worry about at the minute than coming to Newcastle. The important thing to remember, in a few years, we'll be lolling about this. Yeah,
definitely. A month ago, we had nothing. We had no hope. And then look where we are now. Like, I know technically we're in the same position in the league.
Yeah.
But look at the hope we've got. So anything could happen.
Yeah. Lisa's there. You want to talk about not playing players out of position, but want to play Murphy at wing back. Listen, Murphy's played there a long time. I'm not saying he's the ultimate right wing back, but we don't have anybody else. If he was going to play that formation out of Manquillo and Murphy, and even Kraft for that matter, I'd play Murphy because he's playing in right midfield, and he's, yes, he's not the best defender in the world, but he's somebody who could. All I said was he could play that position. So, I don't want him there. I want a proper wing back if we're going to do that. But we haven't got one.
Don't have an opinion, mind, will you, on your own YouTube channel?
I know. Paul, good evening. They haven't just spaffed £300 million on the club to rush in with knee-jerk appointments.
Yeah.
They're getting the right kind of people involved for advice, and I have confidence that they will make good choices.
Same.
For once, Paul, I agree with you. Skull says they keep on guessing on the new manager. They do. Everybody is. John says, do you not think that the reason we have not got a manager in is because they are trying to get Rafa out of his contract? The fans have already turned against him, and he was first choice with Amanda. What do you think of that?
I don't think so. I think Rafa will never come when he's in contract. So he's just not the kind of man to do that. He's very loyal and very true to his word. And if he says one thing, he'll stick to it. So I don't think it's a secret that he was number one target and has been number one target all the way through. Unfortunately, because of the time it took, he moved on. So it isn't a case that we can just go and take him. So I don't think so.
Well, I guess time will tell. Peter says, evening, Paul and Danielle. According to the Daily Express, John Beresford wanted Wilder.
Yeah, he said that. He said that on TalkSport on Friday.
Yeah, I think John Beresford needs to have a word with himself for that one, to be honest.
Maybe
if the takeover.
Stuff,
I know. He's a character, John Beresford. I know that for a fact. But Wilder, not for me.
No, not for me either.
Maybe before the takeover, yes. If they sacked Bruce and there was no takeover, I would have had anyone
Wilder. Then, wouldn't we? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, literally a tin of beans. Chris says makes a refreshing change for the owners to keep their cards close to the chest before making an announcement.
Yeah.
I think we have to take into consideration as well that they're going to make some mistakes at some point. It's great, though, to be talking about our club again. Exactly.
It is. And to talk with hope.
Exactly. Thomas says, Paul, when is the NUFC quiz happening? It will be soon, mate. I'm just trying to fit it in, mate, if I'm honest. I did say it was going to start the last couple of weeks, but I don't know whether you noticed, Thomas, we've had a takeover. A lot has changed at the football club. There is literally sort of daily videos to do, and it does take up a lot of time to do these videos. So I will be doing the quiz at some point. Don't worry, I will be. And it'll be a lot of fun as well. The sort of blankety blank style quiz where I've got sort of rows of people on the screen, and it'll be good fun. But it will be coming. It will be coming.
I'm a bad loser, mine. So if I lose, I might kick off.
Oh, dear God. That doesn't sound surprising to me at all. Cesare said, not worried about who the new owners decide on. For me, if they're taking this long, it reflects Davey's words about not making rash decisions. When it's this quiet, I'm expecting imminent to mean something.
Absolutely.
Good point.
I'd
love to see an upset against Chelsea. Let ASM run riot and get the crosses into Wilson and smash Chelsea. I would love to see it. I mean,
it's just the defence I worry about, though, isn't it? Like,
Yeah, it is.
They kind of play Kieran Clark on Saturday. They just can't, man. Like,
I take it you've written a team down, Danielle.
well, I kind of have, but it's
Right,
the
let's
team
hear
I
it.
think he's going to go for, not the team that I want.
All right, well,
Because I think he's going to go 5 at the back.
oh, okay.
So,
Who's playing?
and we've changed a couple of things around, so I've got a couple of options because I don't know who's fit. Look, I've prepared and everything. Are you proud?
Dear Lord, you do. I'm very proud, Danielle.
Yeah,
you do your homework.
So, goalkeeper. I don't know if Dubravka's fit. I'm sure we'll find out tomorrow. I know he's been training for a while. So, for me, if he's fit, then he goes in because he's number 1. So, if he's fit, I would put Dubravka in. At the back, I would have Fernandez.
Right.
I'm waiting for the look.
I'm just reading Paul's comment at the same time.
Okay, I would have Lascelles, and I would put Shaw in.
Right.
Left back, I would put Lewis, and I would put Manquillo on the right.
Right. So you'd play Lewis as a wing back.
Yes.
Okay. Right.
Then in the middle, I'd put. Now I had these are my debates. So for CDM, I'd put Hayden.
Okay.
Then I would either have. I couldn't decide between with Willock and his toe situation. I know he's been training because I've seen him in the photographs today, but I don't know if they're going to risk him.
Well, he has to have injections, doesn't he? Every time he plays.
I know. I think it's his little toe. Little one. But I would put Willock in if he's fit. If he's okay, I'd put Willock in, and I'd put Longstaff in because I don't trust Shelby, man. Like, I know he can be good, but he's temper. Like, if we're getting like savaged by Chelsea, he just needs to put in a 2-footer, man, and he's off. And we can't have that. And then I've put Wilson and Maxi up front.
Right. Well, that's fair enough.
Although Lee did suggest he had a bit of a controversial idea because he said instead of Willock,
Lee dared go against what you said?
No, this was his idea because he thinks he's been innovative. So he said instead of putting Willock in the middle, would you put Almir on?
Listen, we've got to try something different.
We've got to try something different, haven't we?
Yeah, and because we can't keep going the way we have because it's not working, and that is the bottom line. It isn't working. Whatever whatever Graeme Jones tried to do against Palace, it didn't work. Yes, we got a point. So I guess in a strange way, yes, it did work, and because we came away with something rather than nothing. However, the football was terrible. Yeah. We can't allow Chelsea to have that much of the ball that Palace did because complete chalk and cheese. Chelsea will destroy us. Just let them have the ball and come on to us like that. We cannot play that way. Chelsea will.
What formation would you play though?
Against Chelsea,
say 3. Go on, say 3. Go on, be brave. 3 at the back. Go on.
No. No. I'd go 4-3-3 if I'm honest. I would play. This is my team. I'm not going with what I can't read what Jones is going to do. To be honest, I was astounded at the team that came out against Palace. So I have no idea what he's going to do.
I can't wait to see your face on Saturday when the team is released. I'll just be like.
I don't do any interviews with anybody until I know the team. So as soon as I know the team, I'll be dragging everybody up to get on an interview for my channel. So get their views on the team. But I think I would go. I think Dubravka is fit. I'm pretty sure he's going to play. If not, I don't. Obviously, Darlow. But if not, Dubravka. Right back. I want to see Manquillo still there. I think he's done all right. I don't see any reason to change him. Centre backs. This is the dilemma because if we're only going 4 at the back, then that only leaves 2 central defenders. Yeah. And everybody says to me that Fabian Schär can't play in a back 4. I've seen him play plenty in a back 4, especially for Switzerland, and he's done all right. In fact, he's won Man of the Match awards playing in a 4. So I think it's a bit of a false dawn that he can't play in a 4. I would like to see Sean Fernandez there. In truth, I think it will be either or Schär or Fernandez alongside Lascelles. I think he'll leave Kieran Clark out because he's he's took a hammer in the last couple of weeks. He hasn't played well, and I don't think a lot of people have a lot of faith in him. Left back, I want to see Jamal Lewis. I really want to see Lewis back because I think
it's time now.
It is. But if he plays Matt Ritchie, Danielle, we are going to get a hiding on that side of the pitch.
He's got no legs,
Chelsea have pace all over the pace, and he just drift past. We know that Ritchie struggles anyway playing as a left back, but against pace, it's even worse. So for me, he's got to play Lewis. Now, if he goes 4-3-3, the three in front of him, I'd have Hayden, Longstaff, and Joe Willock. Right, and I've had Hayden maybe sitting slightly deeper than the other two, and say to Sean Longstaff, right, you patrol around the middle of the park. Let Joe Willock be the box to box guy, or take turns. 1 minute Willock goes forward, next attack it's Longstaff. I don't care. They're both attacking midfielders in my eyes anyway. Yeah. And then the three up front would be Maxi on one side, Miggy on the other, Callum through the middle.
I'm glad you didn't say Ryan Fraser, mind, because I was disappointed.
Listen, I hammered Ryan Fraser last season, but I actually feel sorry for him this season because I was at the Burnley game in the Cup, right? And I thought he was the best player on the pitch by a long way. And then he was left out again, and he hasn't had another look in. And then when he does play, he's playing him in the middle of the park in the centre or left centre of midfield, not as a winger. Ryan Fraser has been a winger all his career. So, but he's then an option to bring on, if we need to, if St. Maximin runs out of gas, which he's tended to do after an hour or so in games, take him off, or Miggy, because he hasn't played a lot of football, take him off the 60 minutes or something, give Fraser half an hour. God knows where we'll be in the game come 60 minutes, but if we're still around, maybe only a goal behind, you don't know. But I think 4-3-3 suits the players that we have, rather just like a 4-2-3-1. It suits the players that we have rather than this crazy five at the back. Players don't know where they're going. We're all over the shop. But like I said, I don't know which way Jones is going to go, Danielle. I just don't. Again, there's no.
See what he says tomorrow. I wonder if he's going to.
Yeah. I'm
really interested in what he said, because I really enjoyed his press conference last week. So I'm looking forward to seeing what he's got to say.
Do you think he'll change much?
Probably. I think you will. I think I was massively surprised last weekend, and I wasn't sure if it was a good or a bad thing because my mind was just full of what is this? I think he might. He's got nothing to lose.
You know what? He hasn't. This is the thing that'll frustrate me, though, if he goes defensively, Danielle. It's the fact that he's got nothing to lose in the first place. So why not just, if he has been told, right, you've got 2 games, use this second game. If he is done after this Chelsea game, then go out with a bang. Go out 100%. By beating Chelsea.
Go out fighting.
So for me, he's got nothing to lose. It's just, it gets frustrating when it was frustrating for me seeing us play like we did last week. And I know Jones didn't have a lot of time. He had 2 full days with the team. So nothing was going to majorly change anyway, apart from personnel. But I think he's got the opportunity here to have 5 days with the team and then go out and really put his stamp on this team.
Definitely. We'll see. Be interesting, won't it?
Yeah. But I'm worried. I'm worried about.
Don't be worried.
I don't want to get. I don't want to get thumped though, Danielle. That's the thing.
I know.
I don't want to get absolutely thumped because what's going to happen. All these other fans are going to come out and say, look at you, you're getting thumped off Chelsea, and the media will be like, you sacked Bruce and all of this, and look at you haven't done anything since. Even though it's been like 1 or 2 games, it just doesn't matter. But we have to be prepared. To see a Chelsea side who are going to go out and do their very best to score goals. It's what they're all about. It's what their manager is all about. So I think KK is a bit fed up of hearing about Rafa now. Skull says he loved Rafa but think we need to move on, but wouldn't be gutted if it happened. I wonder if the new owners will cover the cost of hair transplants for all the fans that lost their hair due to Ashley's ownership.
No, man.
I'm one of those. So yeah. Keith says it's a shame Ranieri just went to Watford. I think we need a manager with Premier League experience. I think that would be Ranieri's a bit of a character, to be honest. I'm not too sure. Does anyone rate Luke Charman? He was in the Newcastle under 23s. He's at Darlow now. Yes, Good player.
I don't know anything about him.
John Sinclair is a national treasure,
Yes, bless
apparently.
him. He actually thinks I want his autograph as well, you know.
I know. I mean, I know. I watched this show for about 20 minutes while I was having my tea, and then I watched a bit of it before. Obviously, I went live, and oh dear. No confidence will make the win Saturday even better. Toon 2-1. Cesare says, Paul, have we scrapped the Fantasy League show? It started with such a big buzz, then disappeared like Obafemi Martin's birth certificate. I will come back to it, Cesare. Don't worry. It hasn't been forgotten. Again, it's just fitting them in.
It's just been a busy time.
I've just got to put a schedule together for the channel because all these sort of the videos that I do during the day, they take, obviously, filming them. Then, I've got to go and edit them and get all the pictures and, then upload all sorts of stuff. So it takes a long time. But I am trying, matey. I am trying. Only time we've been united in the last 15 years was under Rafa. Our fans love him. Everton do not. He doesn't break contracts, but he must be tempted. This project is exactly what appeals to him. Danielle wasn't trying to be disrespectful in saying Nigel Pearson, but he has a reputation of building a good squad both on and off the pitch and backroom staff, plus give money like he did at Leicester. But I don't think a Nigel Pearson would be the boost that all the Newcastle fans are looking for, to be quite honest. I know what you're saying, Danielle, about Rafa and his contract. What about if Everton have given Newcastle permission? That changes things big style.
Do you know what? I can't say it. I really can't. And, I think people who know Rafa, like people like George Culkin, are saying the same. So I'm convinced it won't happen.
Yeah. I guess time will tell. Right. Thomas, take it easy about the quiz, mate. A lot's been going on between the takeover and the man flu. I don't know if you've heard about it, but it's all we've been thinking about. Man flu, that is. Cesare, I don't know what you're talking about, mate. I have no idea. I have no idea. If we don't play 3 proper midfield players and we get overrun, the likes of Hayden and Longstaff will get so much stick. We need 3 players in there. Lose midfield and you lose the game. Well, that's been the problem with us all season. We've lost midfield.
I know. I was about to say, it just sums up the season, doesn't it, so far?
It does. Graeme gives Elliot Anderson a shout, and I don't disagree with that.
I don't.
I thought he was excellent when he came on in the FA Cup against Arsenal, and then suddenly he wasn't involved anymore. So I just don't know. Right, Danielle, it is time for match predictions, and obviously we'll start with you. So let's hear it. Is this the heart or is this the head?
Oh, it's the heart.
Go on then.
It's the heart. I think we'll nick it. I really do. I think we will. My head's screaming at us, going, "Are you stupid? Like, of course we're not going to." But I just can't say it. Like, I can't say that we're going to get hammered. I don't want to say it, and I don't want to say it. So I think it's going to be 3-2.
3-2. Wow. I tell you what, I hope it is, because that'll be some exciting game. Who's going to score for us, though?
I think ASM will score the first one. I think little Miggy will have one. And then I think we might see a Lascelles header.
Jamal Lascelles header?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That is interesting. Thomas has gone 1-0 to Chelsea. 3-0 to Chelsea, 4-0 incoming. People are asking where Munoz is. I don't know. He hasn't played for the under-23s yet either. So,
yeah, no one's seen him in a strip.
Yeah, it's. I don't know. It's
weird, isn't it? Like that whole situation's weird. I mean, do you reckon it was just PR?
God knows. I mean, a lot of that was said when he signed. It was PR, but who knows? Hart says 3-2. The Toon head 4-0 to Chelsea. Malcolm says we're going to get humped 4-1. Craig says 4-0 Chelsea. Scott says Willock and Wilson score 3-2 to Newcastle. Calvert-Lewin coming in January, according to Ian. I hope we do go for Torres. Players like that can play. Okay. 1-1 says Todd. George says 2-1 Chelsea. Josh says 2-2. 2-2. KK says, Paul and Danielle, I would like to thank you both for what you do. Your channel is my go-to when I want to know what is going on and get all the latest news. Thanks to you both and take care. Oh, thank you very much.
Oh,
very,
that's
very
nice.
kind.
Thank you.
Darren says 1-1. Geordie Tune for Life says, what Coke is that you're drinking, Danielle, or is it another Coke 3-2 fan easy? Easy last. Yeah. Andy says 1-0 to Toon. 3-1 Chelsea. You can see it goes similar to the Spurs game. Newcastle got only 4 players. Wilson, Willock, and Maximum. That's 3.
That's only 3 though.
Yeah, I know. 2-1 Mag says Aaron. Raspberry says there's no way. 2-2. Chelsea is very defensive. K Moggy says 2-1 with a Wilson brace. Kieran says 3-2 Wilson brace and St Maximin getting 1. Robert says 2-1 win with Longstaff 25-yarder.
I
Lucas
reckon
says
Saint
6-0 to Toon.
will score and you'll run into the crowd and you'll just see me falling, like
Oh my
diving. I'm
God.
just going to do like a people's jump all the way down the stands.
I don't think you're sitting too far away from me, to be honest. So I'll probably be able to spot you. Actually, I'll open your tickets now, see where you're sitting. Because I think you're in the Lisa's corner or near there anyway.
Yeah.
Hang on, where are you? You're in the proper Lisa's stand, so you're not actually far from me. So I'll probably be able to see you when we go into the ground. So yeah. Cesare says Joe Linton to score the 3rd goal in a 3-2 Newcastle win. War flags will be buzzing. The mountains will crumble. The seas will roar, and wife swapping in the crowd. Wow. That is some afternoon there. I don't know what dreams you have, Cesare, but Jesus. Callum says 6-0 Chelsea.
I hope not.
Joe Ram says 5-1, but doesn't say who to. Amanda doesn't want the new manager to start with a tough game like Chelsea.
He's got a tough December, whoever the person is.
I gotta say, yeah. Joe Linton would actually be such a good cam behind Wilson instead of sitting on the wing with no pace. Okay. What do you think? How big are your chances to get relegated, and how will all the fans take that news?
I think at the minute it's canny big. I think the chances are quite high that we are going to get relegated.
Of course it is.
But we'll have to speak now. At the moment, we don't know who this manager is going to be. We don't know what's going to happen in January. So speaking now, then absolutely, I think we will get relegated, unfortunately. But I hope that
long way to go. There's a long way to go.
The new Wenger comes in and takes his seat in the dugout, and we'll get cracking.
Yeah. Joe Linton hat-trick. Darren, I don't know what you're smoking, mate, but I want some of it. Right, my prediction for the game: 3-1 Chelsea.
Oh.
Honestly, I have to go with what my head says and not my heart. My heart says 3-1 Toon, but but then again, my head's going 3-1 Chelsea. I would take a 1-0 win off somebody's arse crack. Right?
100%.
I don't care, whether it goes in off somebody's arse and we win 1-0.
And own goal, I'd take that. Do you know what I mean? Like, doesn't even have to be us to score.
I just want to see us win a football match, just like you, Danielle. I really do.
I think we need it, don't we?
Yeah, we need that kind of lift as well. But at the same time, we just have to accept what will be on Saturday. It's a very, very tough game. Chelsea European champions, and they're that for a reason. Fantastic world-class manager, world-class players everywhere you look on the pitch. And sometimes we might just have to, sit there on Saturday and say, right, that was a fantastic goal that Chelsea scored. Instead of us hammering our defenders, we might just have to take our hats off and say, wow, that was a goal.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But I don't want to see it like that. I still
think I'm going to crowd safe me. Like, I think it's going to be an ASM winner, and I'm going to crowd safe.
I can just see me actually videoing Danielle getting taken away by law enforcement for trying to
go to the pink cells.
Oh my God! Yeah. So head says 3-1, and heart says 3-1 the other way to us. But whatever it'll be, I'm sure it'll be a great game, and I'm really looking forward to going. Those who aren't aware or haven't picked up on Danielle's kind of excitement, she's going to the game. How long is it since you've been to a game, Danielle?
10 years next February.
These are her tickets right here. They arrived today. I surprised her with them on Tuesday night, and when we came off air, I told her that she was going to the game, and just for all the hard work that she's put into the channel, I decided a nice present for her would be for her and Lee to go to the game and have a good day out. So I'm so proud of what Danielle's done, and I'd just like to say that on air instead of just over messages, so everyone can hear it. Danielle's come on board and been a co-host and took it like a duck to water. She's been fantastic. She's become very, very popular on the channel. And, she's done a wonderful job, and long may it continue. Yes,
and
there
can
is...
I just say as well, I just want to thank you as well, though, because...
You don't have to thank me.
You've given me the opportunity. I'm a bit of a whinger and a moaner, and I'm a bit moody, in case you've noticed.
Never.
So you do put up with a lot. So thank you very much, and it's really, really appreciated. But it's been a pleasure being part of the channel, and hopefully we'll continue to grow and grow and grow. And I can't wait to meet everybody on Saturday. I think it's going to be brilliant.
It's going to be great. So it's going to be fantastic. It's going to be a wonderful day, whatever the result. For somebody that hasn't been for 10 years like you and Lee, you're going to go there with your fella. You're going to have a wonderful day, because you deserve it. And I'm not just saying that because I'm sitting here talking to a camera. I know you've had it difficult behind the scenes from time to time and struggled with mental health, etc., as we all have. But you've come through it, and you keep on fighting it. You come through it, and you're the person you are today probably because of it. And you deserve it. And to see you so excited about it really, makes me emotional, because I know how.
Listen, I was nearly jumping into skips at the ground yesterday, trying to get some like a Toon review exclusive. Do you know what I mean? To see what was being thrown out. Like,
listen, you don't have to do that.
Being delivered. I'm like writing all this down.
Oh no, hey, that should be interesting to see if they actually have improved.
What LG ones? What LG ones?
Exactly. So we may go in there on Saturday and see 60-inch TVs in the concourse, which will be absolutely unbelievable.
I was nearly in the skip fine now, seeing what's going on in there. But then I'd probably end up getting banned, wouldn't I? So
probably, which wouldn't be wise, considering getting banned before you go and see the actual match.
I was doing a Craig Hope.
Yeah, but no, that's why, guys, I got her the tickets, because she deserves it. She's a fantastic co-host, a fantastic person, a fantastic friend, as is Lee.
Same.
And it will be fantastic for you on Saturday.
It's like a family on this channel, though, isn't it?
Exactly,
so
exactly. That's the way it is, and that's the way it'll always be. But like I said, that's why I wanted to do that surprise. I kind of knew anyway before we went off the air on Tuesday, but I didn't want to say anything until it was confirmed. And then
I was sweating. You've got no idea. I was like that. You keep going. Oh my god!
You'll have a great time with us. We're meeting up. Round about lunchtime Saturday. We're gonna, all of us will be there. We'll have a fantastic banter before the game, and then obviously see what kind of mood we're in after the game. But it doesn't really matter.
I think it's going to be a great day, and it'll be nice. Because I think, just being as a group in person, though, is a lot better, isn't it? Than
we've
only ever known each other over the internet.
Yeah, exactly, and that's what lockdown did, though. It brought a lot of people together, and so if anything good came out of it, it was that, and it's helped a lot of people. But no, you're a big reason for this channel and why it's grown so well, and we are going to keep doing what we're doing. Keep growing the channel, and if Danielle has to hide in bins and skips to get exclusives for the channel, you can guarantee she'll do it, guys.
I'll do it.
Susan sends a message to you saying you deserve it, Danielle. Enjoy Saturday.
Oh, thanks, Susan.
So there you go. Everybody saying how great you are, etc. I'm sure you'll see them in the comments when you go back through them. But that is it for the match preview, guys. I am going to do a recorded video tomorrow, which will be just about Graeme Jones's press conference and what was said, and if there was anything we can pick up from that as to what sort of team he's going to go with. But that'll be like a 10-minute recorded video, so keep an eye on Twitter for that, and obviously YouTube notifications as well. But if you have enjoyed the show tonight, guys, please don't forget to smash the like button for us and help us to continue to grow the channel. If you're new to the channel and you like what you see, please don't forget to consider subscribing. A lot of people are coming back time after time, but not hitting the subscribe button. So please don't forget to do that. It's free to do. And, hit the notification bell as well. Then you'll be notified. Come and join the family, exactly. And you'll be notified every time we do upload a video, or we do go on live as well. Or where we schedule a live, you'll also get a notification to set a reminder for that. But thank you very much to everybody that's been commenting tonight. Hopefully we can get our first win of the season on Saturday. It will be magnificent if we do, considering we're all kind of, it's Chelsea. But hey,
and I'll be back if I'm not in jail.
Exactly.
However, I can't be responsible for my actions. So if you do see us crowd surfing, then
just deny. Well, no, just deny you know her. Just say I've never seen that lass in my life. I don't know what she's doing. She's pretty crazy. But thank you again for joining us tonight. Thank you, Danielle, for co-hosting again. And I may do a live match reaction on Sunday yet. I haven't decided. If I get a chance to go live, I will. If not, I'll do a recorded one. Back with it, Four Horsemen on Monday, Fan Forum on Tuesday again, which will be hosted by me and Danielle. And hopefully we'll have some positive things to talk about there. But thank you, everybody, for watching. Let's get 3 points. Have a great weekend, guys. Take care.
See you later. Bye.